Hello everyone, it's Angela Shambaugh. I'm here today to show you how to use the CyanoTracking reporting form for the Vermont Department of Health's webpage. This will allow you to upload your cyanobacteria reports so that they will appear on the tracking map that is hosted by the Vermont Department of Health. You should have received an email from me or from my intern, Allie Davis, last week that shares with you your username and your password. You'll need both of those to fill into this form right here before you can access the reporting form. And again, this is the website that you'll be using. So go ahead. Oh, and you should have also received in that email a PDF that walks this process through step by step. You can follow along on that form and take notes there. You should be able to use at this point any of the common internet browsers. Internet Explorer, Firefox, and Chrome work well. If you do experience an issue, please take notes if you can about what the problem is and let me know so that I can share that information with the Vermont Department of Health. It helps them troubleshoot and make improvements. We find that Internet Explorer is the format that is most likely to have problems, so if you find that you can't enter a report with Internet Explorer, go ahead and try doing it in Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. So let's get started. Click on OK. You'll see a State of Vermont map appearing before you, and you'll see a new box on the left side. Instructions on how to create new reports are here at the top of the page. For those of you that have a site number, you can enter the site number here, and you'll be able to click Zoom to Site. A lot of you don't have site numbers or your sites are new, and at this point, for some of those new sites, that Zoom to function does not work. You can get to your site in two other ways at this point. You can scroll closer into the map using your mouse wheel, if you will, or you can do the plus minus. You'll be able to locate where you are, zoom in there, and select your site. So let's first go through and enter a report for a site that we have a known number for. I'm going to use one of the Lake Champlain sites that we have data from earlier in the month. So we're going to go to station 25, type that number in, zoom to the site, and there you'll see in the middle of Lake Champlain, Mallett's Bay, station 25, a little bit of a target with the number on it. You can again scroll to make that as big as you like. Click on the new report button here to the left. When you move your mouse now, you'll see that it's carrying a white box with it that says click to add a point. I usually add it in the middle of the target. And then your new report box shows up on the page. Click the screen here to make that larger so you can see all of the fields. There's quite a number of them, and you'll see that many of them have a red asterisk next to them. You need to fill those fields out in order to be able to submit your report. If any data is missing there, the report will not, you won't be able to submit it. So we'll start here. This is Lake Champlain. Lake Champlain's divided into numerous regions. You'll see here Champlain Mallett's Bay. Municipality for Mallett's Bay is Colchester. This is Site 25. This is Station Long-Term 25. You can also type the full name and it should show in the drop-down box. If you are a new site, your name might not be here yet. Again, that's one of the things that we're working on adding. Scroll all the way down to the bottom and you'll see other, and you can add that there. Report type. In this case, our report, we get to our stations every 2 weeks. So this is a routine bi-weekly report. Those of you who are volunteering on our inland lakes are reporting weekly. So you'll select this routine weekly, and that's for a report that comes in on the day that you told me you were going to monitor. If you said that you were monitoring every Monday, you would use routine weekly for any report that you submitted covering those Mondays. If you go back on Wednesday and you either notice a bloom or you just want to tell me that conditions are still good, you'll use this supplemental report. And I'll show you how to use that because it's slightly different when you go through it. So let's do a routine bi-weekly report first, and then we'll go to that supplemental. So in this case, this report was submitted for June 9th at a time of 11 o'clock. We used the visual assessment method, just like you do. And we had a bloom intensity of 1A. And you can see that all of the other categories are listed here as well. The tiered alert ones are not for you guys to use that are using the visual assessment. And that was for work on Lake Champlain. Some have thermometers, some folks have thermometers and can provide this data. Again, you'll see there's no red asterisk next to it, so if you don't have a thermometer, don't worry about that particular field. We do need you to fill in this water surface field, however, so that that information is captured because it does influence how a bloom looks. Also select your affiliation. In this case, it's Vermont DEC. But you'll notice that there's several other affiliations here. MWA stands for Memphremagog Watershed Association, for those of you that are part of that group. The rest of you will select other. But in this case, we will do Vermont DEC. Worker Pete Stengel, who submitted this report to me. Then I go back and check and just make sure that I'm comfortable with everything that has been filled in all of these boxes. If I have photographs, I can choose to attach a photo the same way that you would do in your email. You click that paperclip. In this case, it says choose file, and then you can select that file, and it will be uploaded when you, when you want to. And you'll see the name appear where it says none. Here, you will see your file name here. You can actually open that and look at it to make sure that it is the correct one. So when you've checked everything, you've uploaded everything, hit submit. You'll see there's now a gray dot in the target area, and you get a report confirmation. This gray dot will stay gray until one of us goes in and checks it. We'll give your report another double check, and then once we've approved it, it will be uploaded to the website, and it will appear as a green dot on the tracking map. So now let's go ahead and put in a supplemental, just so you can see how that works. In this case, I'm going to Lake Morley in the town of Fairleigh. Lake Morley does not yet have a site number, so I've selected the town. The map zooms me in. Here's Lake Morley in the town of Fairleigh. I'm going to zoom in here, and we're going to put the report associated with the Fish and Wildlife Access there. So I'll click New Report, click Offshore of the Fish and Wildlife Access, enlarge it using that screen. Select the first lake. I see Lake Morley doesn't show up. Call it Other. The region also doesn't show up because we won't have any regions for Lake Morley. So again, select Other. Municipality. Type in Fairleigh. Doesn't exist. Site number also doesn't exist, so you can type East. Oh, there's no site number there, so you'll leave that blank. Your station is also going to be blank. We'll use Other because you don't have an official station. In this case, we're choosing a supplemental report. Today's date, today's time. Oops. Choose your assessment method, your bloom intensity, water surface, affiliation. Again, I'm Vermont DEC. Type in here. Don't have any photographs to add, so I'm going to hit submit. Now, because this is a supplemental report, you'll get this drop-down box reminding you that this is a supplemental report. If this is an existing station, so if you have a site number and you have a place that you've been reporting from, you will type the word existing here in this box where it says additional details. If this is a new site, which is the case for Lake Morley, you'll need to include the municipality and the location in that field. So you'll click OK, so the box goes away. Then I will type in Lake Morley, Fish and Wildlife Access. Have that information then when we go to add a point on the map, we'll have some specifics there about that. You can hit submit. And your report goes in, and again, you get the dot on the map that is there for me to approve. So that is the basics of it. The first time that you do it, it's going to seem a little confusing. Again, you have that PDF file that I sent to you where you can do this step by step. It also answers some of the common questions that folks have. If you do have issues, please feel free to reach out to me. You have my phone number in the emails. And again, if you do experience problems, take notes for us so that we can try and resolve them in the future, so that we hope that you'll be able to use the tracker more easily. All right, well, that's it. Thanks, and we'll be looking forward to seeing your reports.